This is Bucharest. It's 35 degrees, the asphalt is melting, and I decided to take the Bonneville out for a coffee run. Looking at this bike, you might think I borrowed it from a museum. It looks like a classic, but underneath it's a 2016 model with modern tech. The real question is, can a heavy liquid-cooled engine actually cope with this heat and traffic? Or is it just going to be 20 minutes of suffering? If you're new here, I'm documenting my journey as a beginner rider, handling this T120 and my daily Vespa. If you enjoy raw city rides and honest motovlogs, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you along for the ride. And yes, I'm wearing heavy denim jeans. The engine on the T120 gets incredibly hot, basically a radiator against your ankles. But I'd rather sweat than lose skin, even if I forgot my gloves at home. First challenge, navigation. In Bucharest, sometimes you have to get creative. The tram line in the middle is under renovation. No fence, just open space. Riding on the rails is a bad idea because they are slippery as ice, but riding next to them, that's the gray area. It allows me to bypass the static column of cars. It's not exactly a standard lane, but if you want to keep moving and not overheat, you use the space available. So, how does a big 1200cc twin handle this stop-and-go nightmare? Normally a heavy clutch would cramp your hand pretty fast in this traffic. But the bike has this torque assist clutch, which feels very light and makes wrestling this heavy machine through jams actually manageable. Then there's the suspension. Reviewers often say the T120 is too soft for the track. Good, because here it's perfect. It swallows speed bumps and potholes like a luxury sofa. If I was on a stiff sport bike right now, my spine would be shattered. In a country with bad roads, as we have here, comfort beats performance. I also ride a Vespa in this city, and it's interesting to compare. The Vespa is definitely faster for commuting. I can filter through gaps where the Triumph simply doesn't fit. With the scooter I just go, but with the T120 I ride it purely for pleasure. It has presence, it's wide, and I take my time with it. It's not about efficiency today, it's about the ride. And I think I will make a separate video comparing the experience with these two bikes. Watch this car on the right. This idiot cuts across 3 lanes directly into the safety gap I created. I've seen it coming and I slowed down. That's why preventive riding is important, because of stupid drivers like this one. I stopped to say something, but she completely ignores me. Then, after the traffic light, she does it again. Bad positioning, she just drifted into my lane like I wasn't there. She simply didn't care. Here I lost my cool a little bit. I took this shortcut near the bike lane again filling the path of least resistance. It's not about filtering, it's about keeping air flowing for a few seconds. By the way, there is actually some good news on the horizon. A new law is expected to pass soon in Romania that would finally legalize filtering between stopped cars, allow motorcycles to use bus lanes, and give us a dedicated waiting area at the front of the traffic lights. It's not official yet, but if it happens, it changes the game. Until then, we just have to improvise. Looking back at that incident, it all comes down to the three unspoken rules of Eastern European traffic. If you want to survive here, you need to learn them. Rule number 1. The signal is a demand, not a request. She did signal, but she didn't wait for me to let her in. She just signaled and went like an entitled piece of work. You have to assume that if the light blinks, the car moves right now. Rule number 2. The safety gap paradox. If you leave space to be safe, someone will fill it. You try to be defensive and you get cut off. It's a constant mental battle. Rule number 3. The speed limit is a suggestion. If you ride at the legal speed limit in the second lane, you will get flashed and tailgated. Drivers here expect you to go with the flow, even if the flow is speeding. As a rider, you're forced to make a choice. Break the law to keep the flow, or follow the law and get bullied by a speeding SUV. We made it. No issues, just a bit of adrenaline. Is the T120 the smartest choice for a city with terrible traffic? Probably not. It's hot, it's heavy, and it's overkill. But for the sound, the comfort, and the way it makes you feel even at 30 km per hour, I'll do it again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any tips for a beginner on a big bike or feedback on this video, drop a comment. I read and reply to everyone. See you in the next one.